My bad, I had to loosen up a little bit because what I just read got me tight. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't believe it. What exactly is it? Nintendo, Microsoft, they might be up to something. Let's talk about it. What's going on, beautiful people? Black Hokage here, aka TBH, and to be honest, Microsoft, Nintendo, they might be up to something. They might be doing the fusion. Ha! Before we talk about that, friendly reminder, I am giving away a free Xbox Series X for the month of April 2021. If you guys want to win a free next-gen console, all you got to do is pause this video and click the link in the description box below. It doesn't take but a minute to sign up and you guys can win a free Xbox Series X. I get it, they don't got no games, but hey, if you want it, you could sell it. I don't know, give it to your little brother. Sign up for the giveaway. I'm trying to get rid of this damn thing. Also, before we get into today's news, if you like today's shirt I got on, the name of the brand is Keep Soul. It's actually by one of you, the viewers. He sent it to my P.O. box. So if you guys want to support his business, there will be a link in the description box below. Go cop a t-shirt, a hoodie. He's got a whole bunch of different designs. Also, if you own a brand or you know somebody who does own a brand, my P.O. box is in the description box below as well as all my measurements for my shirt, my pant size, and all that stuff. So if you want to send something to the P.O. box, it's in the description box below. But let's talk about today's news, which is a rumor, by the way, meaning it's not confirmed. Leakers suggest probable partnership between Microsoft and Nintendo. A semi-reputable leaker who made a few successful predictions in the past is proclaiming a probable partnership between Microsoft and Nintendo. Although details about the collaborative business venture are scarce, many have opinions on what it could be. Is this a telltale sign that Nintendo Switch Pro is indeed in the works? Which, by the way, one of the reasons I haven't been uploading any news videos recently is because, like, news in the gaming community has been very dry lately with COVID going on. Not a lot is getting put out. Definitely just got delayed. Not a lot of news is coming out. E3 was confirmed to go digital this year. Who knows how hot that'll be. It's just kind of slow. And then them saying in the headline that, is this a telltale sign Microsoft and Nintendo joining forces, that the Nintendo Switch Pro is a real thing? What the fuck does the Switch Pro have to do with Microsoft? I don't know. Let's read on. A leaker who previously predicted the acquisition of Gearbox by Embracer Group and eventual inclusion of Final Fantasy, I don't know which one that is because I don't know my Roman numerals, is foretelling something anew. This time involving a possible partnership between two giant companies, Microsoft and Nintendo. In a tweet, Special Ed... What the fuck is this dude's name, bro? Just stop. Special Ed teases what appears to be the mention of Nintendo and Microsoft's gaming division, Xbox, but with more details. It claims it's coming later in the fall. In the exact tweet, Special Ed says, "The cat seems to be out of the bag on Nintendo and Xbox. You'll hear more in the fall." Like I said, news has been really slow in the gaming industry, and you know it's been slow when he just puts out a very vague tweet like this. It's got someone like me covering, but then also it's got over 1,000 likes, man. Shit is dry in these streets. Believe it! Intended to be brief yet vague, the post had been a topic of strong speculation in social media. Many inevitable voicing their opinion as to what the said announcement might entail. Talks about the potential arrival of Halo's Master Chief in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate makes for a compelling rumor, but the notion is nowhere as interesting as the idea of the Xbox Game Pass coming to the Switch, which, if true, only bolsters belief over Nintendo's hardware upgrade to the hybrid console on the Pro model. Okay, now it makes sense why they mentioned the Nintendo Switch Pro earlier. They're saying if the Xbox Game Pass comes to the Switch, that Switch Pro is going to need to be a real thing, because a lot of the games that run on the Xbox Series X are not going to be able to run on the current model of the Nintendo Switch. It's quite apparent that the Switch's hardware constraint is preventing the port of certain titles to it, consequently making it harder for certain developers to cash in on the console's phenomenal success. But with a more capable Switch Pro on the horizon, it's likely that it's attracting Microsoft's attention to do business with it. Let's get something straight. Friendly reminder, none of this is confirmed. This is all speculation and rumors. But for a moment, let's pretend like this is actually true. If this turns out to actually be true, I gotta give a W to Microsoft. As much as we clown on them, if they're able to bring the Xbox Game Pass to the Nintendo Switch, not only does that add more value to Xbox gamers, but it adds more value to Nintendo Switch owners. So if you're somebody who owns a Switch and an Xbox, and they're not making you pay more to have the Game Pass on both platforms, that's a win, especially because at least in America, things are about to start opening back up. I know in LA, they're talking about opening back up like in June. Texas don't give a fuck. I'm here in Florida, they don't give a fuck. So things are opening back up because the COVID vaccine is being mass produced. And if you can take your Xbox Game Pass on the go with the Switch and play whatever games, I don't know, like Halo, Infinity Comcast, whatever that shit is called, that's a W. Xbox don't got a lot of games, but the Nintendo Switch does have games, and then you can put the Xbox Game Pass on there. That's a W. I'm not mad at it as long as they're not charging more. It would be some bullshit if they was like, oh, you gotta pay an extra $20 a month to have it on the Switch and the Xbox. Just make it Xbox Game Pass comes to Switch. That's if that is actually true. Now, in my opinion, I don't think this is actually gonna be a thing. Why would Microsoft give their best talking point, their best thing on their platform, because they don't got no games, no exclusives at least. Why would they give the best thing they have on their Xbox platform to the competitor, to Nintendo? That doesn't make any sense to me. If anything, I feel like if Microsoft and Nintendo were to collab, I feel like it'd be on a smaller scale, something like Master Chief coming to the Super Smash Bros, or even something as small as, like, I don't know, Master Chief skins being in various Nintendo games, and then Nintendo skins like a Link skin coming to Halo Infinite or something like that. I feel like that would make more sense, giving Master Chief like a little what's that shit called, the Minish cap that the Link wears. I just refuse to believe that Microsoft would give up this much grounds to the competition, especially because there's only 3 major players in the console race. So you're gonna give this, like, do they hate Sony that much that they're willing to give the Xbox Game Pass up to the Nintendo Switch? That'd be crazy. I refuse to believe that. Seeing would be, I'm not saying it wouldn't happen, I'm saying seeing would be believing for me, but that would be good for the consumer. I wouldn't be mad at it. That would be good for the consumer. I just feel like if they are gonna collab, it's gonna be something on a smaller scale, like, I don't know, fucking Mario and Luigi stickers on a Forza Lamborghini, like, oh, you can paint Mario on your Lamborghini. I feel like it's gonna be something smaller scale if they do that, but only time will tell. Only time will tell. In the meantime, if you guys want to get your hands on a free Xbox Series X next gen console, I got it. Listen, man, I got it on me, man. Like Pop Smoke, I got it on me. I got it on me. All you gotta do is pause the video, click the link in the description box below, and sign up for the Xbox Series X giveaway. I'll be giving it away at the end of April. Also, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. If they were to collab, what would you want to see between Nintendo and Microsoft? Do you even think this is real? Keep in mind, it's a rumor. Take it all in with a grain of salt. Hit the like button, and link to the t-shirt in the description box below. Other than that, I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.